Welcome everyone to Why I Hate, a series in which I contemplate why I enjoy superhero movies and decide to take them apart along with other shitty movies. And did you know that today is a very special day? About over a year ago, we got a soft reboot of DC's Suicide Squad called The Suicide Squad. But before that pretty fun movie, about over 6 years ago, we got a movie just called Suicide Squad. I haven't watched it in a while, so at the time of recording this, I don't remember a damn thing from that first movie. What I do remember though is that everyone did not like this movie, except maybe your pappy or like your uncle, you know, who enjoy Will Smith movies. I think all of us deep down can really appreciate a really shitty movie if it's done well. But by golly, is this movie not done well. I know that it's not fair for me to take apart a movie that's been established as crap, but I don't care, and I know that other people have talked about this movie, but I just got here and I want my turn. We have been getting such mid-superhero media. I wanted to take some time and beat the shit out of this movie, honestly, mostly to make me feel better. Anyways, we start with the establishing shot, and already we have black text on a dark background. Buckle up, everyone. This is going to be a real bad movie. And not even a minute in, and we have an element of movies that most people tend to not like. Licensed music. Not all licensed music is bad. Some shows and movies use it really well. But that's usually only in the case when the director had a particular song in mind when making the scene. With some movies you can just tell that they throw music in there for no reason at all. And it's weird because in this movie it feels like the music is picked by like a song generator, Will Smith.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
I don't know about y'all, but he just doesn't fit this role for me. Like, anytime Will Smith plays like a stoic or criminal guy, it never really worked for me. And he used to be a very charismatic and likable guy. He used to.
May I go to my room, sir?
Denied! Sit down!
After that, we get this song introduces our other main character, Margot Robbie, as the Suicide Woman. I think everyone can sort of agree that we all like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She's pretty good at it, and after Birds of Prey, she is as close to the comic book Harley as I think we'll ever get to. I can't picture anyone else in the role. However, there is a noticeably huge difference between when Harley's being written by a woman.
What?
You are so cool.
And when Harley is being written by a man.
I sleep where I want, when I want, with who I want.
The other movies after this are pretty much there to fix her character and distance herself from this particular movie. If you compare Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey to this particular version of the character, she's kind of fucking awful in this one. She's not cute, she's not funny, and almost every line she says is unbearable.
Love your perfume. What is that? The stench of death?
Bruh, you know,
Anyways, 3 minutes in, and we have song number 3, which is Sympathy for the Devil. That's a new song every single minute. That is fucking insanity. This song introduces the third character, Amanda Waller. She is a bossy government gal who wants to use criminals in her special task force. Super secret task force. Now I'm gonna go ahead and admit, whenever I thought of doing this series for the very first time, the first movie that came to mind was this one, but I put it off. I really struggled to put into words what I exactly hate about this movie, and I'm sure some of you would agree with that. There aren't a lot of long video essays that go into super depth of why this movie is terrible like you would see for something like Batman v Superman or Rise of Skywalker. To me at least, you kind of have to watch the movie to know why it's so shitty. I can't just play a clip out of context. These clips don't really speak for themselves. It's really bad on every single level. We're about 4 minutes in and we have 3 licensed songs, we have 3 main characters, we have multiple flashbacks for Harley, a weird flashback for Superman's funeral, and Harley does this for some fucking reason. This movie just started. I want you to explain what happened in that 3 minutes to your friends walking into the movie right now. You can't, can you? All of this is so rushed, and unfortunately for us, it doesn't plan on slowing down anytime soon. Next, at the 5-minute mark, we have our 4th song, which is a cool rap song. You can see me on the Riviera dressed like a playboy. They surely couldn't pick any other song. Now, would you have picked this song if Deadshot was white? I don't really think you would you? That's right, feel ashamed. This song introduces Deadshot again. Yeah, this is where the Deadpool inspiration is implemented. Oh, I didn't mention this before, but for context, this movie is really weird because it's two separate movies. It's pretty much the same situation with the Joss Whedon Justice League. See, this movie got made most of the way, and WB was worried because they probably watched it and said, oh my god, this shit is so fucking boring. Batman v Superman did so bad too, and oh, our asses are losing so much money, and Deadpool did really well, so alright, we just gotta make this movie into Deadpool now. That's right, folks. They took this pretty much finished movie, they chopped it up into like a billion fucking pieces, and then they made it into Deadpool. And for obvious reasons, that won't be stated, this movie didn't do so well. That's also kind of the reason why Birds of Prey feels like Deadpool for girls. Yeah, so this movie is basically two different movies mushed into one. They reshot and rewrote and re-edited a bunch of it, and although it isn't super appalling like Justice League, the final product here, in my opinion, is much worse and much more confusing. To be honest, nobody really knows what the movie would have looked like if WB didn't fuck with it so much. Apparently, the director David Ayer described the original cut as a soulful drama. Anyways, to get back to the movie, Deadshot is a marksman trying to make a living as a gun for hire, and then Batman kicks his ass in front of his fucking daughter.
Batman, please don't kill my dad!
And now he is in super villain jail. After that, we get our second introduction to Harley and our fifth licensed song, which for some reason is Super Freak by Rick James.
Harley Quinn.
I mean, I guess I'm not wrong with this one. Harley Quinn is super freaky. I just think it's the fact that this song is being used unironically that gets me to giggle so much. And remember, this is supposed to be a soulful drama thing at all. Then they just went ahead and wrapped that all up in some super freak gift wrap for good measures, I guess. Also, I'll say this for the 1000th time, Jared Leto as Joker never worked. Nothing about him says I'm the Joker. Like, it's okay to have different interpretations of the character. That's what Dark Knight Joker is supposed to be. That's what Heath Ledger's going for. But that Joker does his own thing to make that story work. This Joker just isn't the Joker. He could have been any other gangster villain or douchebag villain. He is more of a fuckboy or pickup artist, honestly. Also, he doesn't get a lot of scenes to establish who he is, and for some odd reason, the one they left in is him trying to get Common to fuck Harley, and it's really weird.
I don't want no beef.
You want no beef?
You don't want
Why,
no
what's
beef?
wrong?
You don't want no beef?
Why the fuck is this scene intact?
Yo, Jay.
What the fuck is going on? Alright, so then Batman arrests Harley for public intoxication, probably, and we are now 14 minutes in, and we have our fifth montage. This time it introduces a new character and our sixth licensed song. And now we're 15 minutes in and we're meeting our fifth character and our seventh licensed song. And now I don't know if this song is attacked him and then he killed them all with a fire wave. But this looks more like a riot than an assault to me. And then later we see that clip again and we learn that no one was even touching him. It's kind of odd. They shot one thing, but then they rewrote the story and backstory and didn't make the efforts to change the footage. This movie will have a pattern of telling you one thing and then showing you something that contradicts what we know. The editing is so bad that this movie is actively lying to you during its runtime. Oh, and hold on. 30 seconds later, and we have our sixth character and our eighth licensed song, which is...
They call him Killer Croc.
Is that Fortunate Son? He's a fucking crocodile, man. What does that have to do with Vietnam? He lives in the fucking sewer! Get up, there's no time for that, soldier. Stay focused. We have our seventh character and... Hold on, guys. Oh, look. Another character, and we forgot he was here, but that doesn't matter. Write this next part down, though. Those last two people that we just met, who we just got a glimpse at, they fell in love off-screen. Neither of them have said a single word yet, and haven't even had 2 minutes of screen time, but you need to get invested in this romance. Otherwise, why even bother watching the movie? I'm starting to think that they were intentionally trying to do the exact opposite of making a movie. We just fucking started, and it was exhausting to just get to this point. It has only been 20 minutes in, and all that we've learned from that time are just montages and barely introducing anyone. After all of this shit, we still don't know a damn thing about what is happening in this movie. So to explain the main plot, this here is the Enchantress. She is possessing this science woman with her magical powers, and the government keeps her on payroll so that she can fucking run errands for them or some shit. Amanda Waller also keeps her heart in a box, so if she gets out of line, Waller will poke at it with a pen or anything that she has in her pocket to calm her down. And that eventually leads to Waller wanting to control more super-powered people for her special task force. She knows about the Justice League before they band together, but she doesn't feel like asking her friend Batman to be on her team, or even the superheroes that aren't even discovered yet. She just goes to the super jail instead and decides to do some shopping there. And I guess Ezra Miller wasn't available. Now, even though the Suicide Squad has always kind of, to me at least, seemed like a funny and silly group, I sort of get why they want someone like Deadshot in there, because he is a guy with a near inhuman ability and he uses guns like a pro. I also get why they would want someone like the Shark Guy and other characters that are there, but why Harley Quinn? She's pretty much just a normal girl. Why does the government want her around? She doesn't have any super unique tactical skills or any super insane powers.
I gotta work on my cardio.
You fucking do karate, what are you on about? Yo, look, it's Will Smith. Hey guys, turn on the Kanye song. Now, it's entirely possible that this movie is a pioneer in the racist soundtracks category. Also, just to take a jab at it, the dialogue in this movie really sucks.
Damn. That is just a mean lady.
Yeah, I think that most of this movie is bad because it's out of order. So far, Amanda Waller is forming a team. We don't know why, and there honestly isn't any threat at this point that would sort of insinuate they need to form the team.
This ain't World War II.
It's World War III.
Not really. Nothing's really happened yet. I'm sure in the original draft, this next scene is pretty funny to me. It's Joker sitting in his ridiculous knife room, which he calls his knife room. This guy walks in and he's like,
What is she?
well, like, she got arrested. She's in super jail. You don't remember that? But anyways, this henchman explains with dialogue added from post that she's in a super secret prison.
Everybody's disappearing. There's this new law where if you're a bad enough bad guy, they stamp terrorist on your jacket.
I think that the scene clearly belonged somewhere else and had a completely different purpose. Yeah, I don't know either, man. I think we're watching the same movie. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but after watching this a few times, I think I'm starting to like this Joker a little bit. He's really fucking stupid, but it's really funny, and that's the only positive thing in the entire movie right now. So I'm all for it. Meanwhile, the Enchantress takes over the research lady's body and flies away to find her brother? Alright, cool. But what does this guy have to do with it? Was this supposed to be established at some point? I think we might have forgot to add a scene somewhere. Oh no, wait, they did explain it earlier. It was in her description in this tiny little text at the bottom of the screen. Hold on, so I was actually supposed to read all of this shit that was on screen? Of course, now I can see that some of this stuff was very pivotal to the plot. Those montages from earlier didn't tell me shit, and we spent so much time on them already. I don't know about her romance, I don't know about her brother, her powers, or even her overall plan, and now this is happening. What the fuck am I even looking at? Did I accidentally start a new movie? Or did I truly miss some shit from earlier? Jesus, who turned on the fucking music? Whose idea was the music? I figured it would be fun to drink to this movie because I usually have a lot of fun drinking when I'm watching shitty movies, but I had one drink in the first 20 minutes and I already felt disoriented. This movie managed to already make me feel drunk. Anyways, the Enchantress wakes up her brother, who is a monster now. She goes back to her hotel and turns back into a human. Literal seconds later, they appear in the city where her brother is. No one told me they could teleport. I guess they could teleport? Did they ever establish in this bio that they could teleport? Her brother's still on the train track, so this has to be seconds later. I guess they're trying to kill her brother, but unless I skipped something, there was no plan established.
I can't do this. I can't.
Listen, there's no other way. Just get it done.
Now, what do you mean by that? You know that they're fully aware that this witch lady woke up her brother, so why did they bring her here, and why is he cool with her turning into the Enchantress again? I'm fucking confused because Amanda Waller is pissed off about what's happening. She's just like, what the fuck is she doing? And she starts stabbing the heart repeatedly. This is the first time that the threat of the movie has appeared, but Waller formed her team before any of this ever happened. Well, that's kind of fucking convenient then. Hours after your team is assembled, a supervillain just fucking appears. Great! I'm not even upset. It's my fault for not knowing this shit. There are clearly scenes of context and dialogue missing. The scenes they use don't tell us shit because the movie isn't even in the correct order. The characters that have gotten flashbacks and montages haven't explained shit yet, despite that this movie feels like it's halfway done by now. Why did I do this? This movie doesn't even have any interest of making any sense of the chaos. This movie is making me just fucking lose my mind, and it's taking more than it's giving to me. My fucking head hurts, man. My bad. I just needed some water and to compose myself. I'm good, and I think we can go ahead and resume the movie anyways. And immediately we have another licensed song.
Is this music? I can't get enough of that sweet music.
Why the fuck did they pick Seven Nation Army? They're on an army base and there's an army man? Is that why? Also, fuck you. We have another character to introduce. Sir, you can't do that. That's fucked up. At this point, I'm pretty sure that the team is being recruited to fight the Enchantress and her brother. Wait, hold on. No. They need to go extract someone from the city. Even though the main purpose of their team is to fight super threats. I'm just gonna shut up about the music. Also, Ward?
I would advise not getting killed by her. Her sword traps the souls of its victims.
At least her montage didn't have licensed music. Oh my god, fuck you, dude. They chose Spirit in the Sky for this scene because they are in the sky. Do I get my paycheck now? Finally, all of our characters have been introduced at this point, and we can finally start the actual plot, and there is still a shot at this being a real movie. And right off the bat, we already have someone trying to leave the movie. Oh, damn. Moving on. Alright, now this guy didn't get a montage or a music video of his own, so I'm pretty sure that's why he died. Maybe if he had one, would have lived a little bit longer. Just saying. I want to go ahead and comment that the reboot of Suicide Squad did shit like this, but it was funnier because it was done better and every character actually felt like an actual character. Unlike this movie that is infamously known for how shitty its character work is. With every single scene we have been given thus far, we have no one to feel a connection to latch on to. Up to this point, the character with the most development isn't Deadshot or Harley Quinn. It's fucking Rick Flag. Who? Fucking Cabbage Man from Avatar: The Last Airbender has more character development than Rick Flag. I can't even give y'all an example of bad character work in this movie because there's just no scenes of it. I can't show you anything that's not there, that doesn't exist. Also, it's kind of irritating that every single character here feels the exact same and they're trying to be cooler than the last character. I thought we'd have a comic relief character, like maybe Boomerang would say a few jokes, but he doesn't say shit, let alone anything that's actually funny. I'm pretty sure that the only character with personality in this movie is Joker Jared Leto. So yeah, I guess I'm a fan now and I better go join his fucking cult. Everyone here is just so dull, boring, and they really say just the stupidest shit.
Stay evil, Dogface.
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
What, we some kind of Suicide Squad?
He said it! He said it!
Hey look, 54 minutes in and we finally have an action scene. Thank God we got footage to put in the trailers now, baby. Hell yeah. Again, why is Harley here? We have trained soldiers and an expert marksman. Why do we need the topless girl with a fucking baseball bat and destiny pistol? What the fuck is that? What are they even fighting? Is this movie just hell-bent on not giving any context whatsoever? Wait, no, they tell us after that scene, which, what the fuck? This shit is done so backwards. Even the worst movies that I've seen have their scenes in the correct order. It's so weird seeing the movie fuck up a very basic concept. Also, as they fight these mucus monsters. It's kind of funny that they savagely tear apart the soldiers, but when they get close to any of the main characters, they don't really lay a finger on them, and they take Rick Flag and they try to drag him away. Back to the movie, they walk around for a bit and they finally end up just running into the building that they're meeting their extractee, if that's even a word. They fight more faceless generic monsters, and then the monsters once again try to drag Rick Flag away. This time, I thought, okay, there has to be something to it. Maybe it's because the Enchantress is like in love with him or whatever, but no. They just prefer to drag him away. Probably for his own good.
They're after Flag again!
One thing that keeps being repeated a lot in this movie is that if Rick Flag dies, they all die. That isn't necessarily true. Half the time, they want to take the detonator for themselves, and other times, it's like he's fucking family.
I lost one family, I ain't gonna lose another one!
I'm sorry, do y'all even know each other? Through this portion of the movie, they keep calling each other friends, yet none of them have met each other before today.
You're my friend too.
Oh, I'm serious. Who are you?
Anyways, after the fight scene, they learn that they are there to extract Amanda Waller, and still not to stop the supervillain. Yes, Waller just needed a ride home, and now it all makes less sense. First off, Waller assembled her team before there was even a threat or they even entered the city. That means she organized a mission to rescue herself before she was even in danger. I'm pretty certain that the debrief happened before she was even in the city. Then this motherfucker says that they were already there. This is supposed to be a surprising twist, but if you try to interpret it in any way that makes sense, your frontal lobe just begins to fucking hurt. I think that this whole twist is the biggest middle finger that I've received from a movie in a long time. Moving on, they call a lift for Waller, and the Joker shows up, hijacking their ride. He is here to save Harley, so he deactivates her bomb and picks her up. Waller then begs Deadshot to kill Harley, even though there are other men there that are probably capable of using a firearm. Who cares? Honestly, I get to see the Joker, and I think we can just appreciate that something intriguing is even happening here. One thing that's weird with this scene is the Joker sounds different.
This bird is baked.
I guess they re-recorded his lines and he sounds pretty strange.
Okay, honey. It's me and you. Hold on, sugar. Daddy's got a sweet tooth tonight.
Anyways, Harles and Joker reunite for a second, and the helicopter gets shot down, and the Joker blows up.
Oh my God! No!
That was the only thing keeping me interested in this movie. I have nothing now. The next scene is even weirder because it doesn't even seem like Harley is upset that the Joker's dead.
Hey guys, I'm back.
To be honest, she seems more like her spirit is down a bit. Almost like she's upset that she got dumped. I currently have a working theory on this, but pretty much Joker and Harley were supposed to break up in this movie, and that at least explains why Harley being single at the beginning of Birds of Prey happens. But yeah, they changed it. My theory is that they changed it in this movie. They were supposed to break up, but they didn't. It was originally confirmed that Deadshot and Harley were supposed to grow a relationship in this movie, but they went with a different direction where Joker stays with Harley in this movie. But initially, he was supposed to dump her at some point in any of these scenes. At least it explains the weird re-recorded dialogue and the way that Harley reacts to the whole situation being weird. It also doesn't make sense that they just let her back in the group. She betrayed them and the Joker almost killed them. Sure, it can be argued that they're bad guys and they're cool with being, betrayed and shit, but why is Rick Flag cool with it? He is supposed to kill anyone who tries to escape, and now that she is back after she just got a few of his men killed, he's just unfazed by it. Anyways, on the way home, Waller's helicopter is shot down, the monsters take her and bring her to the Enchantress so she can say,
Now tell me how to destroy your armies.
huh? I don't know, just kill them with your fucking magical tentacle arm. You've had a good handle on this so far. Finally, Flag decides to explain what has been happening. He explains that the Enchantress has taken over the city, which is the only comprehensible thing that I've been able to take from this movie to the city, because they knew she was the one that started this whole mess. They knew she was trying to run off, but they still sent her in.
Needless to say, the whole thing was a bad idea.
And can lead to unforeseen consequences.
Oh, no shit, Sherlock.
The flashback also shows her leaving an active bomb with Flag. Like, damn. I wonder how he dealt with that. That must have been a fucking hassle. Also, it doesn't explain how the Enchantress didn't die after her heart was stabbed. It doesn't matter anymore, I guess. We don't need to think about that. This flashback managed to make things even more confusing. And to top it off, Flag tells them that this all happened 3 fucking days ago. That shit just isn't true. This was shown happening while the team was heading to the city. You're telling me that it took you 3 whole ass days to fly a few fucking states away.
3 days!
This is the movie's only attempt to clarify everything, and it just made everything about this movie so much worse. Yeah, so naturally, after hearing this fucking insanity, the Suicide Squad decides that they need a drink. And for the first time in this whole movie, they sit down and have a meaningful conversation. This is the one scene that I actually like. Maybe this is a spared piece of that soulful drama that we were promised with David Ayer's original cut. The scene isn't perfect though. Diablo explains that he killed his family, and Harley is more than horrified to hear this.
And the kids?
He killed them.
I'm sorry, why are you upset? In this universe, you know that you helped kill Robin. Why do you care who dies?
He killed them. Didn't you?
Something tells me a whole lot of people are about to die.
Still, what I will say for this movie is that this scene is trying to be a real scene, and the movie from here on out tries to be normal. The progression of the movie's pace is backwards. It slows down the more you watch it. It's like the last third got to be saved in its entirety. It still has hints of dog shit movie though. The editing is still a pretty bad element here.
It's not real!
He's right. It's not real.
The dialogue is still pretty dreadful.
Lady, you are evil!
And we are still missing context and a connection to the antagonist. We never learned anything about her. She could have just been replaced with any other villain, and she might actually be the worst villain I have ever seen in a superhero movie. I'm not joking. She's truly just dog shit. There's also a big dumb CGI fight and many inconsistencies in the plot. For example, the bomb from earlier is used here to blow up the Enchantress's brother from underground, even though they told us that they can't do that. I'm fucking amazed. I think that this is the first time a movie has ever tried to what is being said, and by this point in the movie, it's pretty much over, and there's nothing for me to work with here. Even when Harley says this,
You mess with my friends.
I just don't feel anything. They aren't even fucking friends. I mean, maybe in the Ayer cut they were, maybe in the soulful drama. Not here though, never in this cut, and that's where it ends. They beat the bad guy, the Suicide Squad goes back to jail, and the movie ends with one more licensed song.
Open your eyes, look up to the sky.
It's over. I made it. This movie is even worse than I ever imagined. It's so mangled and broken that you can't even make sense of what the final product was even supposed to be. It's terrible. Even the post-credits scene is cut awkwardly.
My friends and I will do it for you.
What the fuck even was that? The fact that this movie was ever released in this condition, I have no words. When I see any movies now, like Morbius or any other superhero dogshit film, I have to compare it to this. Because ladies and gents, I truly hate this movie, and I have yet to do this, but I must now give the 2016 Suicide Squad an undeniable, unforgettable 1 out of 10.